What is going down, you handsome bastards, and welcome back to Grand Prix World. It is Wednesday, it's midweek time. I hope the week's been good to you so far. I'm sorry the pace of videos has taken a little while to get up to speed since I was away at the weekend. I've actually got a friend in town over the next few days, so I'm trying to squeeze this in very quick, so it might only be a one-round episode. But I did want to get some Grand Prix World out to you, and I also wanted to canvass for opinion. So there will be some changes coming up to the channel, but they're all good changes, I hope. Now, obviously, Stellaris multiplayer will continue, as will Grand Prix World. We're sticking to the original plan that No Man's Sky will be joining the fray sometime around August, September time, depending on when it actually comes out. I forget the date. So that will be becoming one of the main playthroughs alongside Grand Prix World. However, F1 2016 is out soon and looks to have a return to career mode, and I want to check in with you guys, see if you'd be interested in watching a career playthrough of F1 2016, and if so, which team would you like to see the career begin at? It seems to be a much more hands-on, in-depth career mode this time round, with working with your agent and behind the scenes at the teams to negotiate your moves and stuff, and I think there's potential there for an F1 related playthrough to support Grand Prix World. Additionally, I've been talking for a long time about having a concurrent Grand Prix World playthrough, and I'm still thinking of doing a zero driver development program where we play through Grand Prix World taking 2 unknown drivers to a World Championship within, say, 5 years or whatever. I'd play through the first season off camera, and then we would pick it up with the young drivers. Please do let me know below if you would watch that, if that sounds interesting to you. I'm aware there is a great risk, really, of having a bit of overlap, so the same sort of stuff we talk about here would be covered again there, because of course you still have to deal with the day-to-day running of the team, but it would be a chance to see this game from the perspective of a different team, and I'd be happy to play through whichever team you prefer. I'd also be happy to develop whichever drivers you prefer, so maybe if people sort of seem interested by it, I will do a episode 0 where we take a look together at the young drivers available to sign, and based on how you guys feel, we will pick up the young drivers on a 4 or 5 season contract, and I will then proceed to play through as whichever team you select and try and show you that I mean, as if this playthrough didn't really emphasize it already, that it's more the engineering than the driver that can deliver you championships. Speaking of championships, this one is Pedro Deniz's to throw away. He has a significant advantage over his teammate at the moment, and we are safely ensconced in first position in the Constructors' Championship. Last time out, Minardi signed a massive team sponsorship deal, which is going to push them up to the next level, I'm almost certain. McLaren and Shell have got a works deal in place. Williams will be running works Ferrari power, which is interesting. I think that's the first change of power for Williams. They changed early on, I think, to Ford, and they stayed with Ford, if I recall correctly, almost all the way through this playthrough. So interesting to see them make a switch there. And Prost will be using partner Mercedes power. So Michael Schumacher got the fastest lap. He's proving very dangerous at the hands of that Jordan. At the hands of the Jordan? With the Jordan in his hands. He's got the whole Jordan in his hands. It's all going wrong. Right. We've got spare parts. That's good. I'm not going to repair the cars now because we've got testing to do. Our testing program has been scaled back, and rightfully so, because we don't have a lot of testing to do. Let's make sure we've got all our design projects in progress. Oh, we have finished a 2005 car. That brings great honour upon our house. Oh wow, it's all going on. Right, we have finished new specification chassis, so I'm going to build that straight out of the gate. And then, with careful and strategic testing, we can begin working on another new specification that will be with us just in time for season end. I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if we really need to be doing this much tyre testing, so we won't. Bit of science there, I don't want to get too technical, but we won't. 200 miles I think is pretty good. Boom. Nice. So that means we can straight away. This is a front wing for slow corners. We're very much about the corners at Arrows, it seems. Our handling potential is now at 72%. That is significantly less than the car from last year, but we don't seem to be hampered too much by it. That said, it does appear that Jordan is a better chassis at the moment. I'm not sure it can really compete with our running gear, but let's be frank, they are outperforming us, particularly in qualifying, and now just recently they've begun to outperform us on race distance as well. It's kind of hard to see what effect this particular upgrade is going to have, but hopefully we're going to see an improvement. I doubt we'll see an improvement in qualifying pace out of the gate, but we should see a return to form in race pace, I would hope, provided the other teams aren't also fielding new upgrades. We spent $500,000 there, but we've got 2 cars ready for next year already. We'll build another 2, and then that'll be tidied away quite nicely. It also means we can go ahead and order the factory very, very soon. I'm still going to order it for the last round, just so we don't have to have that drain going on throughout the season. I'm going to focus on the performance attributes of our suspension system. Very important piece of equipment there. We're working on the servo brakes. I doubt we're going to get any success, but you know, you got to humour yourself, haven't you? We've got a success and a television advantage card to play. How many sponsors do we need? Let's establish that first, shall we? I've forgotten how to establish that. It's only been a few days, come on. We need 2, and we are negotiating with only 1, it seems, because I think Fond Metal have signed with somebody else. Oh, they signed with us. Oh, it's a 2-season deal, that's why we kept them on. I see, okay. We're going to drop the success card on Korean Air. And we've got everything we can get now from Goodyear, so we'll kill that off. And we will begin talking to Zepter, perhaps? Is there anyone else I think we can get on a multi-year deal? No, we'll go after Zepter. So we want Mobile 1, we want Fond Metal, we want Korean Air. I'm going to take Fond Metal. No, I'm going to start negotiating with Zepter, and then I'll bring them into the mix later on. Playlife, I still have a pretty good relationship with us. Goodyear and Ford seem to like us reasonably, so nothing to worry about there. Let's save the game. Nice. Right, onwards. All that's dealt with. All this is dealt with. Looking at the clock, it will be a 1-race episode. I do apologise, but I will get something out to you tomorrow or Friday or both to make up for it. Right, let's set up the car. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. Bit forward that, I know. We've not known each other that long, but I felt it was time to let you guys know. That looks good to me. Bit of variation, but that never hurt anybody. We have got Evolution 7 fuel and lubricants. That makes me pleased. Do we have a new... is it a new wet compound, or is it a new... no, it's a new soft compound for Monsieur Deniz. There we go. Smashing. So everyone's got the right specification of the stuff everybody should be having. Level 3 servo brakes. Is that what we're working on? No, we're working on level 4. So we will complain. And we'll see if they're running traction control. Everything else looks smashing. Looking pretty good. 19 degrees and dry. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out for us, but only one way to find out. Kaboom! Michael Schumacher takes pole for Jordan on a 1:11.042. Very close in the top three. David Coulthard taking second for Benetton, a 1:11.086. Just behind him is Giancarlo Fisichella in the arrows on a 1:11.114. Alexander Wurz takes fourth for Ferrari. Shinji Nakano takes fifth for Benetton. Both Benettons in the top six there. Pedro Diniz takes sixth on a 1:11.169. It's not a huge gap, really. It's 1.2 tenths between first and sixth. That's pretty tight up at the top. And considering, this is qualifying pace, I take this very much to be a good thing. Montoya, Moriera, Newhouse and Hakkinen round out the top 10. The losers continue to be Prost at a second off the back of the Tyrrells there. Unlucky. Temperature has gone up 6 degrees, but the cloud remains for race day. And we will be playing the usual games with Fisichella, one stopping him. I've got a feeling this could be his to lose. We'll stop him on lap 36, I think. That leaves him 35 to run at the time his pit stop takes place. And we will leave Diniz on a 2-stop, just to hedge our bets a little bit. He'll be stopping lap 24 and 48. Don't let me down. I can't hear the music because the sound is broken again. But that's what we wanted. Giancarlo Fisichella takes the win on a 1:28.44270. Just ahead of his teammate by 3.5 seconds. Pedro Diniz obviously taking second, that means, on a 1:28.47760. About a second... Oh, no, I've done that all wrong. A long way back. What is that? I'm sorry, I've been at work all day. What is that? The 60 seconds in a minute. Ben, you can do this. 13... That's 28 seconds and 1/10 further down the road. That was laboured, I'm sorry. Is Michael Schumacher's Jordan. That's a hefty gap, so that upgrade really does work quite well. Alexander Wurz takes fourth for Ferrari. Juan Pablo Montoya makes sure it's a double points finish for Jordan, as does Celso Moriera for Ferrari, rounding out the top 6. Mika Hakkinen takes 7th for McLaren, and he is the last driver not to have been lapped by Mr. Fisichella. Big loser was Jarno Trulli's Tyrrell 4 laps down, even behind the Prosts. Don't know what happened to him there. 2 hydraulic failures, one for David Coulthard's Benetton and one for Ricardo Rossit's Tyrrell. Emmanuel Collard-Stewart had an engine failure, as did Alessandro Marini's Prost, and Laurent Redon's Minardi had an accident. That's unfortunate. Top of the pile remains Pedro Diniz on 79 points. Michael Schumacher splits the arrows on 52. Third, of course, that puts Giancarlo Fisichella on 43 points, ahead of Alexander Wurz on 32. Then it's a bunch of nobodies and nerds. In the Constructors' Championship, we have more than doubled the points tally of Jordan, but of course there's no guarantee that that will last. We sit pretty on 122 points, ahead of Jordan on 60. Ferrari round off the top 3 on 45, and then all the nerds come in after that. Benetton have signed a team sponsorship deal with Red Bull. That's a bit of a step back for them, but what are you going to do? Pedro Diniz wants to win, and I'm sure he will. Minardi have signed a works deal with Mercedes-Benz. This really is Minardi's season, it seems. They've got the best paying team sponsor, and now they've got a 30... Let me think. They've got a 40-something million team sponsorship deal, and they've got an 11 to 15 million works contract with arguably the best engine supplier. Minardi are the one to watch next year, it seems. Sauber will be partners for Mugen Honda. That's a pretty good move for them, I think, given their few years in the wilderness. And that about rounds us off for this episode. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. Thank you for your patience with my constant EU referendum bleating as well. It all ends tomorrow, so don't worry, we've seen the back of that. You guys take care, and please do let me know in the comment section below about the other playthroughs and if all that works for you, and what your thoughts are on a F1 2016 playthrough. You guys do take very good care. I'm out for a beer. You guys get yourselves one as well, and I will talk to you tomorrow, I hope. Bye-bye.